Hello and welcome to Scholarph Edu. This is our UTME prep series where we provide relatively detailed solutions and explanations to the UTME questions. And in this recording, we're looking at the UTME questions for biology for the year 2012. This is the second part of the recording where we'll be looking at the next 25 questions. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and share our content, give us a thumbs up, and you can also practice the UTM exam for free at Scholarph.com. Alright, first question here. Plant growth can be artificially stimulated by the addition of gibberellin is used to promote artificial growth, okay, to promote growth artificially in plants. It also functions in the breaking of dormancy in seed. That is, it helps the seed to germinate. It promotes germination. Next on the metastasis, the autonomic nervous system consists of neurons that control So the autonomic nervous system deals with the involuntary actions in the body. So they function in one of what they do is control the heartbeat, which is an involuntary action. Other involuntary actions that they control the respiration and digestion. Next on ecology, plants of temperate origin can be grown in tropical areas in the vegetative zones of the Guinea savanna. Next on ecology, the water cycle is maintained mainly by processes that involve the evaporation of water and the condensation of water. Okay, evaporation and condensation of water are the main processes that are involved in water cycle. So every process that we have in the water cycle can be regarded as a process of either evaporation or condensation of water molecule. Next, also on ecology, organisms living in an estuarine habitat are adapted to withstand fluctuation in salinity. Okay, because in an estuarine habitat you have water from the marine, which is salty, and water from like fresh water. Alright, so there is usually that fluctuation, okay, in the level of in the salinity of the water. So such organisms that are living in such habitats, they are adapted to withstand the fluctuation in salinity. Next, also in ecology, the presence of steel roots, nematophore, sunken stomata, and salt glands are adaptive features of plants found in the mangrove swamp. Okay, so they are characterized by what we have here: the steel roots, nematophore, sunken stomata, and salt glands. Next, also on ecology, which of the following animals can exist solely on the water they get from food and the metabolic reactions? Desert dwellers. Okay, these animals can survive solely on water, and they can survive on the water that they obtain from food and metabolic reactions in their body. Also on ecology, the most likely first colonizers of a bare rock are the lichen. Okay, they are usually the primary pioneers. Okay, the primary pioneers, and the first set of organisms that you would find in a developing habitat, the lichen. We have a website at Scholarph.com where you could practice exams for free, the UTME exam and the post UTME exam. It also features modular quizzes in physics, chemistry, and biology. So if you've studied a topic in any of the subjects and you want to test your understanding of the topic, you can head on to our website at Collab.com and take modular quizzes for free. Also, if you sign up on the website, it has a personalized dashboard where you could use to check your progress in learning. We also have interactive sessions on the website and on our social media platform. Freebies are also available to top performance on the website. Next, also on ecology, the carrying capacity of a habitat is reached when the population growth begins to remain steady. Okay, when the population growth becomes steady, that is an indication that the carrying capacity of the habitat has been reached, meaning that the habitat has reached like its maximal. Okay, the amount of organism that it can cater, adequately for, it has been reached. Also on ecology, the abiotic factors that control human population include flooding and earthquake. So in an ecosystem, we have biotic factors. There are those factors that have to do with living organisms or life, while the abiotic factors are those that have to do with non-living organisms. Okay, non-living things. um Now, if you look at the options that we have here, you look at disease. Disease has to do with living organisms, right? There are living organisms that are causative organisms of disease. So disease cannot be an abiotic factor. Okay. And if you look at rainfall and space compared to flooding and earthquake, okay, the impact of flooding and earthquake is greater than that of space and rainfall. While you look at temperature and disease is a biotic factor. So we go with flooding and earthquake. So natural disasters like flooding and earthquake, they largely affect populations. Next, also on ecology, an indigenous method of renewing and maintaining soil fertility is by crop rotation and shifting cultivation. Crop rotation and shifting cultivation. So crop rotation is a practice of where the type or the species of plant that is planted on a particular area is changed. Okay, so you plant one species of plant on that land, and in another season you plant a different species. Okay. Shifting cultivation is where you use a land for a period of time, and then you leave it for it to recuperate, to regain fertility. Okay, before you then use it again for planting. So these are indigenous method of renewing and maintaining soil fertility: crop rotation and shifting cultivation. Next, on microorganisms, the diseases caused by waterborne pathogens include. So waterborne diseases include typhoid and cholera. Typhoid and cholera, they are waterborne diseases that may be contracted from the use of contaminated water. Next question, we have a diagram here, and we have to use the diagram to answer the question. The graph illustrates a continuously varying character. Okay, that is the height. Okay, the height here is a character here, and you can see this continuously varying. That is why we have this curve here. Okay, if it is not variable, if it is not varying, then you're going to have like a straight line. Okay, a straight line. But here we have a curve which shows that character or trait that is represented here is constantly varying. Next question, using the same diagram as in the previous question. The largest number of cassava plants has an approximate height of. So if you look at this graph, this is a graph of height against a graph of frequency against height. Now the frequency here represents the number of those plants, okay, that are of the height that are given here. And if you look at the highest frequency here, okay, it is like about 140, between 140 and 160. If you trace this down to the graph, so you look at the peak of this and you trace it down, so you see it falls on like 1.6. So that means that the largest number of plants here are of the height 1.6. Next, also on genetics, which of the following is true in blood transfusion? The blood group AB is known as the universal recipient, meaning that it can receive blood from all the other blood groups. While the blood group O is a universal donor, that is, they can donate blood to other blood groups basically. Now a person of, so from the options that we have, a person of blood group AB can donate blood only to another person of blood group AB. That is true. Okay, a person of blood group AB can only donate to somebody that is of blood group AB, that is of the same type. A person of blood group AB cannot donate to a person of blood group B, because in that case you'll be introducing a new antigen, okay, and that will lead to what we call agglutination. Okay, or if you donate, a person of blood group AB donates a person of blood group B, it can result to the same thing. Okay, so a person of blood group AB can only donate to a person of blood group AB, but they can receive from all the other blood group. They can receive from a person of blood group A, of blood group B, of blood group O, and of the same blood group AB. You can also join our online tutorial classes for different classes. We have tutorials for students in SS1, 2, or 3. We also have for UTME candidates, for JAMB candidates, for students who want to write the JAMB or the UTME exam, and for those who want to have the post-UTME exam after the UTME exam, and also for candidates that are sitting for WAEC exam or GCE or NECO. And we offer this tutorial on various platforms, so you could join us on WhatsApp or on Telegram, you could be on Zoom or on Google Classroom. So we have various platforms where we take our tutorial. The links to join the platform are available on our website at Scholarph.com, or you could also check it out in the video description below. Next question. A yellow maize is planted and all the fruits obtained are of yellow seeds. When they are crossbred, yellow seeds and white seeds are obtained in the ratio 3:1. The yellow seed is said to be. Now, because when the offspring from the first set, okay, were crossed, we got a white seed. That means that the white seed has been there from the beginning. Okay, it means that the white seed has been there from the beginning. But since the first set of plants, all of them were yellow, what that means is that the gene, okay, the gene for yellow, like for that yellowish color, is a dominant gene. Okay, that trait is a dominant trait. That's what that suggests. That's what that would mean. Okay, it is dominant over the gene for that whiteness. Okay, which is the reason why it is that trait, that yellow color, that is, that is shown or that is displayed. Okay, so the trait, okay, for that yellow color is dominant. So it's a dominant trait. Right out of the white color is a recessive trait. So it is there, but it is not expressed. Okay, it is there, but it is not expressed, except when we have an homozygous pair of gene for that white cell. That is when it is expressed. Next, also on genetics, when a colorblind man marries a carrier woman, what is the probability of their offspring being colorblind? Probability is 50%. Okay, it is 50%. All their male offspring will be colorblind, and the probability of having a male or female in the offspring is 50%. Okay, so this is a example of what we call sex-linked traits. Okay, sex-linked traits that are expressed in certain sex. Okay, so 50% of the offsprings will be colorblind. Next question on genesis and variation. The correct base pairing for gene is adenine to thymine. Okay, the base pair, we have adenine and thymine, guanine and cytosine. So adenine to thymine, guanine to cytosine. That is the correct base pairing. Okay. Next on ecology, we have a question here, a diagram, and we have to use it to answer the question. The type of interaction shown is referred to as. So we say this is an interspecific, okay, competition. That is, it is happening between two organisms that are of different species. Now, if you look at the name here, so this is P. aurelia and this is P. caudatum. So the last name that I have here is the species. So the species here is aurelia and the species here is caudatum. So you have this happening between two different species. Okay, two different species. So this is an interspecific competition that is happening between two between organisms of different species. Next, which of the following statement is true of the interaction? So we can see that over time the number of organisms for P. aurelia is greater. Okay, over time is greater than that of caudatum. So what that suggests is that the P. aurelia, okay, P. aurelia is better adapted for food than P. caudatum. Okay, P. aurelia is better adapted for food than P. caudatum. Since over time, okay, the number of organisms is increasing, that is, the population is increasing. Next on adaptation, the short beak in birds is an adaptation for it's an adaptation for crushing seed. So birds that feed on seed, okay, they usually have short beak that are blunt. Okay, short beak that are blunt. For those that suck nectars, they have long beak. Okay, long beak to reach to the nectars. For those that are that tear flesh, for carnivorous birds like hawk, owl, and eagle, they usually have hooked beak. Their beaks are hooked. While for those who strain mud, they usually have blunt claws. Okay, blunt claws for straining the mud. Next, also an adaptation. The basking of agama lizard in the sun is to raise its body temperature. Okay, it is to raise its body temperature because lizards, they are cold-blooded. So they need an heat source. Okay, so what they do is they bask in the sun. Okay, so you find them in the sun like the lizards. You also find it in alligators and crocodiles, for example. So they will come out periodically, usually like when it is sunny. Okay, so they come out into the sun to bask. Okay, to eat their body. Next, also an adaptation. The significance of a very large number of termites involved in nuptial swarming is to ensure their perpetuation. Okay, it is to ensure their perpetuation during predatory, despite predatory pressure. That is during that nuptial flight. Okay, there are some predators, some organisms that would prey on some of these termites. Okay, so to ensure that that they achieve the goal of the process, which is to disperse the colony and also for reproduction. In order to achieve that goal, despite the pressure from the predators, okay, so they are usually in large numbers. So that would ensure that there is perpetuation for them, that is, that they continue to exist. Next question on evolution. The use and disuse of body parts and the inheritance of acquired traits are used to explain. So Lamarck's theory, this was Lamarck's idea that certain organs in the body, they will become specially developed above others as a result of their continuous use. Okay, as a result of their continuous use. And meaning, for example, that let's say a person keeps to practicing football, for example. So over time, okay, if you look at the main part of the body that functions in that is the legs, of course. So over time, that person will become very good at the use of his leg, okay, in playing and all of that. And what now suggests, well, part of his idea is that those traits that have now been acquired as a result of the continuous use of those sport parts, that those traits can be transferred. Meaning that a father that is athletic, for example, can transfer that athletic trait, okay, to his offspring. Meaning that the offspring of such a person, okay, is also going to be athletic. Okay, now this is an idea that does not have any genetic basis. Okay, it does not have a genetic basis, but it was Lamarck's idea. Okay, the use and disuse of body parts and the inheritance of the acquired tract from this use and disuse is Lamarck's theory or his idea. Alright, the last question here. From a study of Galapagos finches, Darwin derived his theory of evolution from comparative anatomy. Okay, from comparative anatomy. That was the foundation of Darwin's theory of evolution, from comparing the anatomy of organisms, okay, from relating them, looking at their similarities and differences. Okay, don't forget to check out our playlist. We have different playlists. We have for full solutions to UTME or JAMB questions and in physics, chemistry, and biology. We also have for modular quizzes as well. Okay, we'll also have a playlist for post UTME or post JAMB exam, and also for crash courses in physics, chemistry, and biology. So don't forget to check out our playlist for the available videos. So that's it for this recording. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Scholarph. Okay, like and share our content, and visit our website at scholarph.com to practice UTM exam and modular quizzes for free. Thank you.